Hey, Matt Man's back. Welcome back to my channel. What I have here is 33 pounds, 2 ounces of copper pennies. 99% memorial. There's a few wheats in there. I counted. There's one over here. I think there's one right there. I paid him face for them. It's just under 2 boxes, something like $48 worth. I jumped at these because I want to search them for heirs and varieties, and then I'll just throw them in my own stack. So I'll do that search in my next video, but today, in this video, I want to talk about how I value these copper pennies. The go-to site for this is coinflation.com. They use commodity pricing to determine the values of these coins. Here I show the coin we're evaluating, the 1909 to 1982 Lincoln penny. The 1982s are both copper and zinc, so you can tell them apart by weighing them. Copper is 3.1 grams and zinc is 2.5 grams. I also show the commodity prices highlighted here in red and what they valued these coins at. So Coinflation valued the pennies at 2.73 cents each. Hey, that's not bad. No wonder why people like to use that site. There are a couple of big problems, though. First, commodity prices are the result of negotiations between refiners and high-end manufacturers. We have nothing to do with that. Commodity pricing has nothing to do with the value of these pennies. Second, these pennies are not pure copper. They are an alloy, which makes them brass. Now, it is the best brass you can get, and the best brass on the market today is called red brass. You see it on a lot of plumbing fixtures, and it's probably not even 95% copper. But it's the closest I have to a realistic valuation for these coins. When the time comes to cash them in, I think it's likely that a new grade, a higher grade of brass will come into existence called coin brass. And, there'll be a higher value to that. So what I do is I use the popular scrap app on my phone and look up the value of red brass. And I see that it is $2.27 a pound. So here's a quick summary. Coin Value lists these coins at 2.73 cents each. The scrap red brass value I found on the app translated to 1.54 cents each, which is 1.19 cents each difference, or 43.5% less than what Coinflation values at. Now the question becomes, is 1.54 cents per penny worth keeping these pennies? I think it is. If you look at a quick history of copper, we see that the peak above where it is today is only a 3-month span. Before that, copper was always at this price, and people hoarded them up just the same. Now, a lot of those people did rely on coinflation, but in the end, that's a 54% gain in this market. And when the time comes to cash them in, the value of copper will be much higher. What will it take to make these coins legal to cash in and profit from the value of the metal? I did a video on this earlier, and I will tag it at the end of this video. But just to summarize, 3 things need to happen. There has to be a big upshoot in demand, which could happen from either industry demanding more or the supply is cut. The government reacting to that and changing the law to allow these to be scrapped, exactly like they did with silver in the middle 1960s. And the last thing that would have to happen is the scrap yards or some middleman would have to develop a scheme on how we cash them in. And I see it happening through a machine, much like a Coinstar. So that's how I value these copper pennies. I like to go through them, so I have them anyway. They're easy for me to keep, and at least 1.50 cents a piece in today's terms, they're worth keeping. Copper has an upside. I think the price over time will do nothing but go up. So now I'm going to wrap up this video and start sorting these out for the next video. I hope you can join me for that. Until then, Matt Man's out. If you're getting any value at all out of this, please subscribe. Hit that like button. Share it with your friends. And hit that notification bell. Thank you very much.